Hello, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of StatHow. Today, I have a couple of figures on everyone's second favorite streaming service, Netflix. Netflix number of subscribers, both in the United States, here in red, and worldwide, here in blue. When Netflix was just starting out here in 2012, Netflix was majority only American subscribers, with about 20 million American subscribers and very few internationally. Well, come to 2019, and you can see that the United States, their subscribers have tripled up to 60 million here, while worldwide they have increased up to 97 million. So from only maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 million here in 2012 to nearly 100 million now in 2019. It's just huge growth overall, and definitely going from only a couple percent of Netflix total subscriber base to now a vast majority of their subscriber base. And continuing into the future, I would suspect that we would only continue to see larger and larger growth, as obviously worldwide is a much bigger market than only trying to expand in the United States. Next up is the number of unique content, both movies and TV shows, that Netflix and TV in general is putting out. So as you can see here in red is Netflix. In 2008, Netflix made 240 pieces of original content, and in 2019, they've made 370. I wish that they would show a couple more years other than just 2018 and 2019, so we can see, has Netflix continued to have this increase, or is 2019 just an anomaly? Obviously, Netflix will continue to make more and more, as we've seen in the previous chart. With more subscribers means more money, more ability to make unique shows. TV in general is still obviously beating Netflix, although it's a bit of an unfair comparison to compare Netflix to all of cable television. So it's pretty good that Netflix is only about a quarter or so of all of TV. Next up is comparing the different types of Netflix. And for those of you who don't know, Netflix is not the same in every country, mostly due to licensing agreements. Netflix can't show all of the same shows in every country. Obviously, they would like to. It would be much easier for them to just buy the rights for one show and show it in every country. But the makers, the producers, the companies of those shows won't let that happen for obvious reasons. This graph shows you how much you're getting for how much you're paying on Netflix, on different versions of Netflix in the different respective countries. So number one is Colombia. So if you're in Colombia, India, Australia, you're getting a lot of content for what you're paying. While compared to countries lower down, you're getting less content for the similar price. So obviously, in different countries, you'll have vastly different price points. But for example, in Australia, United Kingdom, and Canada, they are all probably paying a similar amount, probably around 12 or 13 US dollars. And down here, Germany, France, Denmark, they are also probably paying similar rates, maybe probably 12, 13, 14 US dollars a month. However, they are getting less content for that price. And if you've ever used a VPN or something like that, you can actually access the different versions of Netflix. For instance, I have had my VPN on Japan on the Tokyo server, and you can see right away that Japan has a lot different content than the United States does. Although usually what is similar and what you can access in every country is Netflix's own original shows, as obviously if Netflix spends a lot of money to make its own content, then it's going to want to show it in as many countries as possible. It doesn't make any sense for Netflix to limit the distribution of their own content. In fact, I know Netflix even sells the rights to their own original content in countries where Netflix itself doesn't sell subscriptions. For example, in China, Netflix has said they do not want to go to China, do not want to open. It is too difficult, the barriers for entry. However, they have agreed to sell off the rights to different Netflix original shows to Chinese companies to air in China, although Netflix itself is not available in China. So last up is the price for Netflix compared to the price of its top competitors. So if you don't know, Netflix has 3 different price points. It's premium, standard, and basic. So let's just look at the standard, as that is what most people have for Netflix. And the most expensive is HBO at $15. And this is probably even more if you compare per content, as HBO doesn't really have that much content. It really only has its own original shows to compare to Netflix or Hulu that has its own original content and the licensing rights to many other shows. And then you can see Netflix standard $13, very similar, only a dollar more than Hulu at $12, and YouTube Premium also at $12. Although I'm not sure exactly on what YouTube Premium is. I know YouTube has YouTube TV, where you can basically buy a cable TV subscription. But if you've noticed on YouTube, YouTube now has started to make a few of their own original titles, although what I've seen, they don't really have anything too interesting, at least compared to what's coming out on Netflix or even on Hulu. YouTube seems to be a bit lacking in its own original content. 2 newer premium subscriptions down here at the bottom are Disney Plus and Apple TV. Especially these two at much lower price points, $7 and $5 for Disney and Apple, respectively. They in the future are going to have a lot of content. These two companies are huge, especially Disney. Disney, if you think Disney is just, Mickey Mouse and the Disney Channel and made for kids, that's not the case at all. Remember that Disney owns many major movies from, now they own Marvel, and also they own things like ESPN. So they will be producing a lot of content now and in the future. So they might be a much, much better option compared to Netflix or Hulu for people, especially people who want a lot of TV focused things. Like if you still haven't given up your cable package because you want to watch live sports, Disney Plus will now start to move into that market, while Netflix really hasn't even been talking about that as an option. That's it for today, guys. If you like this video, please leave a comment in the description with any ways I could improve in the future. Give it a like, and see you guys next time.